Good morning. Today we're going to take a look at a pistol that is very similar to the P17. This is the Xisico XSP 120D. This gun was sold with two barrels. It had the 177 and the 22 caliber barrel. I wanted the 22 caliber barrel, and so I bought it quite a few years ago. It's a pretty nice little gun, and I'm going to show you both the P17 and the Xisico XSP 120D side by side so you can kind of see the differences in them. And then we're going to go shoot it. We will be shooting it at 25 feet offhand at some paper. 120D right next to each other. Okay, this is the 120D, and take a close look at it. Okay, you notice that there's no fiber optics. Of course, I added that little piece of fiber optic right there. Okay, take a good look at it. Okay, and I'm going to go over here next to the P17. Now notice as I change, you can see that the casing on this, it's not as refined or anything. The little button here is not as pronounced, and this isn't as pronounced. Then we're going to go over here, and you can see the difference. See how much better the casting on the casing is on that. This little button here is more pronounced. This is a little more pronounced. It's just a lot better casting on the casing. Other than that, go and look again real quick here. They're pretty much identical guns. You notice the handle, there's a little bit of difference. They use different screws. Okay, this one here has the Allen head screw, and this one here has the Phillips head screw. When you open these up, the trigger mechanism on the inside of the handle is exactly the same on both guns. Okay, I'm going to shut this off for a second and kind of resituate stuff. Okay, here they are. We have them opened up now. I'm going to show you. Okay, see the inside of this? Okay, this is the 120D, and it's pretty much the same as the P17, except there's a couple minor things that they did differently. Okay. For one thing, on the P17, there's a little grub screw right there that keeps that pin from slipping out. Okay? And on the 120D, they hadn't added that grub screw yet, and so every once in a while you're going to have to take and make sure that pin, because that pin tends to slip out right there, and you need to tap that back in. There was another little grub screw in here, if I can remember where the heck it was. Well, anyway, there's another little grub screw in the P17 too that also keeps a pin from slipping out, which this one doesn't have. Other than that, these guns internally are identical. You'll notice too, on the chamber of the P17, you see right here, that's a little more refined, and on this one you can actually see little crimps that go around here. But other than that, they're the same gun. So anyway, let's go shoot this. I'm going to give you one more close look at them before we go. This is from the other side. See, pretty much the same gun. So anyway, when I got this, these were notorious for having the seals go bad in them right away too. And I think it's just because they had just started making a gun like this and they hadn't refined it real well. But so basically, I immediately replaced all the seals. When I installed the 22 barrel, I recrowned it, and I also took where it goes in where you slide it in, I wrapped a little tiny piece of Teflon tape around it and then slid it in. Just I thought that maybe it would, you know, make it a little more powerful. So anyway, this gun chronographs at around 363 foot-pounds, which isn't too bad for the 22. Let's go shoot. Okay, let's look at this. Okay, that was 10 or 11 shots at 25 feet offhand, pretty accurate little gun. It's no harder to cock than the P17. Basically the same gun. That was fun, and that's it for the Xisico XSP 120D. Basically an early version of the P17. And like I said, I redid the whole thing just because of the reviews and that I did read about it. It shoots really good. Pretty much identical shooting to the P17. As I said, this one averages, after I redid it, at about 363 feet per second. Pretty sweet little guns. Like I say, because they didn't add the grub screws, you do have to keep, you have to check the little pins, because the pins have a tendency to start slipping out after you shoot it for a bit. Other than that, it's a pretty nice little gun. I think when I bought it, I paid, I think it was about 20 bucks for it or something. So definitely a good investment for 20 bucks. Thank you, and have a nice day, and we'll talk to you soon.